Hello, Glee fans. This is Shamus Kelley, video editor for the Towerlight, here with your Opinionated Glee review of Season 2, Episode 22, New York. This episode, well, it's the season finale, so you expect them to go big, and they did go big. Go to New York, shot on location in New York. Great. Awesome. This episode, though, the problem with this episode was the timing of the episode. Remember the part where they're first, finding out the whatever the competition, they're like, oh, first there's like a preliminary round, and then you go to the next round, and the next round, and the next round. I was like, that's great. Wow, this is an hour-long episode. I hope they do this fast. Yeah, they perform in like the last 10 minutes of the episode. So when they lost, sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen it, it wasn't that big of a surprise. It's like, well, there's only 10 minutes left. They can't go to 3 other parts of the performance, and they're not going to leave that on a cliffhanger either. I keep complaining about the whole, like, they kind of wasted their 90-minute episode a little bit. Why couldn't this have been it? Because then there would have been enough time for people to think, can they keep going? Then we could have focused more on how they felt after they lost, which, yeah, they did an okay job of it when they only had 5 minutes left. Well, 7, but, whatever. And, Kurt explained it really well, and they had some funny moments and some very sincere moments. I really liked those last few moments, even though the part with Mercedes and Sam was a little weird. I'll get back to that later. But the episode, it had good songs. I really liked the songs, very fitting for New York. They used great locations. They shot, like, right in the middle of New York. I can only imagine what it was like to film there, or having to deal with all the fans coming to see them and things like that. But they gave a lot of people focus. That was good. I liked the Finn and Rachel thing, as much as I don't usually like them. Kurt got some fun stuff. Yay, Kurt! All you guys seem to like Kurt and Blaine. Oh, the part at the end was cute, where Blaine's like, I love you. And Kurt's like, aw. And, some people may be like, why did he say that to him? They've only been dating for, like, 5 weeks or whatever. It's been a lot longer than that. You know what? Sometimes people say it. I understand love. At least I think I do. I don't know. If you don't agree, tell me. Or, do any of us really? But, yeah, the part with Mercedes and Sam at the end, they sort of... At first I was like, where did that come from? But then I realized, oh yeah, they went together to the prom together, and he said she was beautiful, and they danced together. But then unless I missed something, I haven't seen any hints of that until that moment. They could have hinted at it least earlier in the episode or something. It just sort of came out of nowhere, and I really hope they remember it for the next season, because I'd like Sam to get more plot. I'd like to see Mercedes get more plot, although her getting plot thanks to being with a male character kind of bugs me. It would be the same thing if she was with a female character, even though she probably wouldn't be. It's that whole thing of, only giving development to people because of other characters. It was the same problem I had with Artie and Tina in Season 1, how Tina got all of her development thanks to Artie. And it's sort of the same thing with Blaine and Kurt. Blaine is getting all his development thanks to Kurt. So that's never a good thing. What else about this episode? I enjoyed it for the most part, except for that ending, which, you could see coming a mile away. 10 minutes left, they weren't going to win, and you almost had to think they couldn't go all the way because they still have the next season where the characters are seniors in high school. And I'm really interested to see how they do that, because according to reports, they're going to phase these characters out. And I honestly think that's when people are going to stop watching the show, because people like these characters. And if we start getting rid of them, especially if they all graduate, we have to start caring about a whole new cast of characters. And that can work. It can. But I don't know. People seem to really like these characters, especially, Kurt, Blaine, Brittany, and Santana. They're a love for the other characters. I know a lot of people like Rachel, but, it's those characters especially people want to see more of. So, I don't know. The what else to talk about in this episode? I don't know. It was, it was a good episode, but it wasn't a great episode. There have been other great episodes, like the prom episode. That was awesome. This episode, I don't know. Especially after last week's kind of downer, it's just sort of like, I guess they're going back up a little bit, but it was all right. They did take advantage of New York. I was afraid we weren't going to see that much of it, but they spent their money there, and boy, they spent their money, and we finally got a resolution to the, oh God, what is her name? The girl Rachel sent to a crack house, that one. We got a resolution on her plot line, so I guess we might see her again, we might not. I don't know. She seemed kind of pointless this season, considering she was only in like 3 or 4 episodes. Why? They got her because she's really popular, and home country, and she's a great singer, okay actress. So a little pointless, a little pointless. So yeah, I mean, if did I miss something, people? If you want to talk about something, comment in the comments down here, and talk about it, please. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you liked, what you didn't like. Anything really. I'm always interested to hear other fans' opinions. Even if you don't agree with me, please tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me you don't agree with something. Please. I am always open to hearing things like that. And if you want to, just give a reason. Don't just say this episode was terrible. Just give reasons. I like to see the people who give out these long comments about things. They're really interesting to read. And that's all for me for this season of Glee. I'll be back next season doing reviews. I mean, maybe I'll do something during the summer, giving my thoughts about Glee, something special. I don't know. I'll see what strikes my fancy, as it were. But it's been really great. You guys have been great. I've gotten a lot more hits on this than I thought I would. I thought like nobody would care, but apparently some of you do, and that's very heartwarming. So, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. So, until next season, guys. This is the Opinionated Glee Review. I'm Shamus Kelley. See you later.